Hello, everybody. Welcome to CripChat, your weekly podcast for everything disability. Today I have with me Jonathan Shar, Ibby D, and myself, David D.
Thank you for the introduction, David.
G'day. You're welcome. What are we going to be talking about today?
Well, today we're going to be paying tribute to our, valued John Bruce Moxon, the founder of Physical Disability Australia. For those that don't know John, he was a fearless advocate, leader, and also a mentor for the people with disability within our community. Look, for the people out there, let us know. Pay your respect to John in the comments. Tell us how he has
Please like and
influenced
share
you.
also.
Thank you, David. So, Jonathan, how has John impacted you in some way?
So, John helps found the physical disability council of Australia and New
Yeah,
South Wales.
Cool. So yeah, for those out there, John Moxon, he unfortunately did pass away in Sydney at the age of 83. He was a transformative advocate, leader, mentor, and elder for those that lived with a disability. He was a fearless advocate in space. John, to me, was a role model, and so I will forever pay my respect to John, and hopefully I can be as fearless and as much of as an advocate as he was. He, worked tirelessly and compassionately to make our society community a more accessible, space, and a space where inclusion is for everyone. Uh,
Ibby, I've got a question. Did John have a motto or anything like that?
Jonathan, you've known John much more than I have. Did he have a motto he would go with? Something that I guess he used to say?
He knew to find the motto of nothing about it without us.
Oh, wow.
He was a former race car driver. I was a race car driver, and he had a spinal cord injury, and the community around him rallied
That's awesome. He had a passion for racing cars, huh? He was a
Yeah.
racing car driver. And so, yeah, he was a fierce advocate in that space as well. For 40 years, Moxon, his wife, Margaret, friends, and colleagues across the country worked together for change. They campaigned for disability rights and equitable participation for decades, led by Moxon and others through organizations. He created an ever-growing movement of people with disability, became active, agitating for improvements in all aspects of life. Open the door, they demanded, let us in. There must be nothing about us without us. That's just an extract from, the Sydney Morning Herald. Yeah, wise words. Nothing about us without us. And so I guess many, disability organizations, yeah, use that phrase because it is nothing about us without us. So much respect. Just a comment from Patricia. Yeah, hi, have a good night. Thank you very much for your comment, Patricia. And if you know John Moxon in any way, yeah, and you want to pay your tributes, please do so in the comments. Now, I remember John as a funny man, and he was full of humor, and he always used to crack those old dad jokes.
Do you remember any of them?
um, oh, you're putting me on the spot, David. Uh no, on the top of my head, but you know, he made you feel a sense of belonging whenever you were around him.
I was going to ask, it was John Moxon. All right, he had a car accident, but he had a spinal injury. But from where was the spinal injury? Was it quadriplegic or paraplegic?
Jonathan.
You are paraplegic.
So a paraplegic.
So he had use of his arms.
Yep. But I guess it's the amazing work that he did in our
Yeah,
community that made him actually stand out.
yeah.
And so he's a respected, I guess a mentor and leader in
It's
the disability community.
it's something that I never knew. I don't know much about John, but I've heard that he's outstanding. He he did stand up for people with disability.
Actually, you know what? A funny story, David. When we went to the our AGM once for the
Yeah,
Physical Disability Council of New South Wales,
yeah,
um, we were walking back to the train station. Me, you holding onto my back, um,
yeah,
as a guide dog, and then we had John and Margaret next to us, and we were trying
yeah,
to, I guess, navigate around the vineyard at the time, trying to
yeah.
find the station. And yeah, look, yeah, just John being there and engaging in
Was that
conversation.
John? Was that him?
It was him. It was him. Him and
Then
his wife
maybe.
Margaret.
I I met John Moxon once via Zoom, and
Why
it
Zoom?
was at
I met John back in 2018.
Is that when we went to the AGM?
That's it.
Yeah, I remember that time, but I didn't know that was that was him. But at the end, question: what did he do for for Independence Day? Did he do anything? Because tomorrow is
Yes, that's why it's the
what
international day
is tomorrow?
for disability.
International Day of Disability.
I'm pretty sure he did a lot of work in that field. And yeah, IDPWD is all about, celebrating achievements and yeah, I guess the milestones that we've reached as people with disability in our community. But that, yeah, look, John, I guess he's achieved so much in his life. And yeah, we honor him and we respect, all the work that he's done. And we will continue his legacy moving forward,
We pay respects to his legacy and to him and to his family, and we gotta continue his legacy.
of course. It's very important. It's very important. Yeah, John was a man of his words. Um, yes, he was a fierce in I guess advocating for accessibility as well as inclusion for all people with disability.
You could say he was full of life when he had no injury and after he became paraplegic.
Mhm.
He wanted to continue living life, and he wanted us to live also and continue life and live to the fullest. I think that was his aim.
Exactly. There was I guess he was a very vibrant person. When he entered the room, he just made the room light up. Yeah, that's what made him, I guess, unique. That's what made him a true leader. And
So
we hopefully
he wore his
indeed.
heart on his sleeve.
Yeah, that's right. And we will hopefully continue on with his legacy, becoming leaders within our community.
and 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 followed by example, like just like he did.
Exactly. Exactly. John, you want to share a few words?
I guess he c- helped create the organizations which continue to represent us, and for that we're in a debt of gratitude.
Of course. So I'm gonna read an extract from the Sydney Morning Herald. Moxon would later acknowledge it was only after becoming a wheelchair user that he began to consciously see himself as an agent for change. By then, he was studying at Macquarie University. It was 1930. Uh, sorry, 1980. My apologies. One day, said Moxon, I was approached by this funny little man. He wanted to talk about disability. The man was wheelchair user Ian Irwin, with whom Moxon would form a lifelong friendship. And see, that's how it all began, having those conversations, working together. I didn't want to talk. I felt uncomfortable around disabled people. I didn't see myself that way. I was just me after an accident that left me using a wheelchair. Fortunately for Australians with disability, Irwin and Moxon kept talking. Back then, there were no wheelchair accessible taxis. There was no access to trains or buses, or to metro rooms, schools, shops, or most workplaces. Moxon later said, people could refuse to give you a job just because you had a disability. We could change all that, Irwin said. And now look at us. Look at us. We've got accessible taxis happening, wheelchair buses. We got employment for people with disability. And this was all done due to the work of, our late John Moxon and his friend Irwin. So how amazing is that? Now, if that's not a true advocate, I don't know what is. Then he's created so much change. And for that, we thank you, John Bruce Moxon.
Yes,
And we hope that you rest in peace.
yes. And especially on the eve of International Day of People with Disabilities, we pay our respects.
Of course, of course. And now for tomorrow, our International Day of Disability, people with disability. Yeah, we I guess acknowledge, but also we encourage people to get out there and celebrate. Celebrate all the achievements. I guess all the milestones that you've achieved for the year, and celebrate what it's like to be included, to have a, I guess, more accessible society. Celebrate with your friends, with your family. Be, I guess, loud and proud of having a disability, and work towards making the world a better place.
So I had a bit of IT issues.
No worries, David. Any final, I guess, words or thoughts?
I reckon, well, John Moxon was a great man. He led by example, and by example, he led, so we, we should copy him and lead by example also. And
Awesome,
if you need something done, if you need something done, or you've got an idea, just speak out if you can. If you're gonna be silent about it, nothing's gonna be achieved.
awesome, awesome. And tomorrow's International Day for People with Disability.
Yeah, December 3rd is always International Day of Disability.
Nice, nice.
So celebrate and be proud of your ability and what you can achieve.
Awesome. And what about you, Jonathan?
Be proud of your disability and honor the legacy of advocates like John Bruce Moxon.
Awesome. We send our condolences to his family at this time, and we pay our respect to John Bruce and his family, and we will continue to, I guess, advocate in this space and become leaders within our own communities. Thank you, John Bruce Boxer, for everything that you have done, and so your legacy will.
Thank you,
Oh,
John, and you've been watching CripChat, your weekly podcast. For your weekly podcast. For everything about. Yeah, sorry.
it's all good, David. I'll take it from here. You've been
Your weekly
watching
podcast
CripChat,
for
your
everything
weekly
disability.
podcast on everything disability.
Please like and share.
Join us next week as we talk about all things disability. Please like and share, like David said. But for now, goodbye.
Goodbye.